Hello, welcome to Rangers Radio. Joining tonight and this evening is Billy Boy. Hope everybody's well. How you doing, Billy?
I'm sound as a pound, my good pal Port. How are you, buddy?
Good. Excited for this Rangers versus Motherwell match tonight, mate, at home. Hope Michael Beale continues 100% record. Rangers return to action. Scottish Premier tonight, hosting Motherwell with aim of continuing Michael Beale's 100% record, mate.
Hope so, mate. We're starting to, or maybe no playing the way we can play, but we're starting to show signs of a definite turn. And as we were talking about pre-show, mate, winning breeds confidence, and it gets a feel-good factor about the players individually and collectively, and also it gets a feel-good factor back within the club, and especially more so for the fans, mate.
Aye, 100%, mate. I think Michael Beale, in my opinion, mate, will be desperate to keep the victory, keep momentum going, the confidence into the huge Old Firm derby showdown against Celtic on the 2nd of January, mate. I think it's important to keep that going. The momentum for the team, the coaching staff, the new manager, and of course, the players themselves as individuals.
Aye, mate. Listen, we keep winning, mate. It keeps us on right on their coattails, doesn't it? There's no much room for error anymore, mate. I would go as far as saying, get this one out the road first, mate, and then when we want to, we can look forward to obviously the next game. But for a player's point of view and the management team's point of view, they'll be taking just one game at a time, mate. But other than that, mate, I'm looking forward to the night's game, and obviously the game against them as well. Listen, there's a strong possibility that they'll drop points along the way, mate, and hopefully we get the victory tonight, get a victory against them, and it's back to 6, mate. And anything can happen, as you well know, after that, mate. And let's ask questions and let's see what kind of mentality this mob's got across the city. But we need to do our concentrating our own job first and foremost.
Aye, it's all about the Rangers, mate. It's all about what we do next. What you said, one game at a time. We just keep chalking them off. Like I says, and I'm sure I've heard Ox saying the exact same. We win every game. For now to the end of the season, we're champions, mate. That's it. So the ball's in your court. It'll be a tough ask. Of course, it'll be a very tough ask. But I believe this squad, mate, even this squad has got ability, which have shown in the past with an invincible season, etc. This team's shown, this squad has shown, in the past that they can more than do it. So I will never write it off, mate, until it's mathematically impossible. But I believe the team's in the call. You want to give the team out, Billy?
2 seconds, mate. I'll just need to jump in and get it, mate. I've just do a wee rattle off at something new, mate.
Yeah.
I'll need to hear a quick check at the team, buddy. 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think there'll be a few surprises in there, mate. In that team tonight, Goldson and Davis. I'll give it out the new, Billy, right? Team tonight so far is McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Davis, Barisic, Lundstrom, Jack, Lowry, Tillman, Kent, Morelos. Tonight subs are McLaughlin, Matondo, Kamara, Sands, Wright, Fashion Jr., Arfield, King and Devine. Any surprise in there for you, Billy?
Yeah, well, not really, mate. It's basically status quo. I would have thought, mate. I think he's going to try and pick that been the strongest team he could have possibly picked under the circumstances, mate. I think what they'll do is, if we start well enough, get on the front foot early and try and control the game, mate, and try and get basically the game win early doors, mate, then we can think about maybe bringing players on and resting players for the next game against you know who.
Yeah. A few talking points for me, mate, if I can bring them up to you. Borna Barisic comes straight back in. Obviously, Croatian international, full experienced, natural left back. But Adam Devine, mate, has done more than enough to suggest that he's got a future in this game. Any surprises for you for Barisic coming back?
Nah, not really, mate, to be perfectly be honest with you, Port. I think it was always a game of the young lad. He's possibly been the best player in the last couple of games for the Rangers. But we need to remember he's only still a young gun, mate. And I thought that when the minute Barisic was back, that he would go back in there and give that bit of experience and stability. And with Tavernier, Golson and Davis and Borna there, mate, it's got a nice wee balance to our back line again, mate. And it's a back four that looks as if we can trust it, so no really, mate. I didn't think the laddie would keep his positions. Plus he's playing in the wrong side as well, Port mind. He's a right back, you know what I mean? He's not a left back, so I wouldn't have he's watching the night or for the touchlines, mate, or whatever the case may be. I would urge him not to put his seed down, because he done himself proud when he in the games he came in to cover it in that position. Well, obviously Borna was there in the World Cup, and what do you cry him? The other wee left full back, the wee Turkish fella.
Yilmaz, yeah.
Yilmaz, mate, when he's still coming back from injury, mate. But listen, the laddie, the young laddie done himself proud, so mate, and he'll get his chance. You know what I mean? I think I heard recently there that it was an interview with the gaffer, and he was talking about the laddie, and he was talking about our captain as well, and he says that Tavernier will be looking over his shoulder. So that's obviously a good thing to hear coming from your manager, mate, and it's a big pat in the back for the kid to get a compliment like that after the gaffer, and also it would keep our captain on his toes as well, because you want a healthy competition in every position on the park, not just right back, left back type thing, don't you?
Oh, 100%, mate. I did see that interview, mate, where they said that young Devine was basically causing Tav to look over his shoulder, and I think that breeds confidence through a team. That young boy's been given a platform and a path into the first team. He showed his versatility going to left back, which for captain do it? I don't know. But they certainly asked the young boy to do it, and he deputised well while Barisic and Yilmaz is out in injury, and Barisic went to the World Cup. So, as you said, mate, and I totally back you on it. Well done to young Devine for deputising well Borna's World Cup. I think he didn't let himself down. Goldson and Davies, mate, any worries in regards to their fitness with the injuries they had? Any worries there?
Nah, not really, mate. I think that once swings and roundabouts, if you ask me, to be perfectly honest with you, Port. Obviously, big Connor Golson has had plenty of time out, mate. But he wouldn't be back playing, obviously, up against Aberdeen, mate, and obviously tonight as well, if he was to 100% over his injury. And it's good to get Davis playing as well and getting him minutes under his belt as well. So I'm sure if the gaffer had any doubts, mate, he wouldn't be playing them unless they're maybe taking an injection or something up to play through the pain barrier. But I can't really see it, mate. I think the two guys in question at centre back they'll be up to speed, mate. They're maybe just not 100% match fit, but I'm sure they'll be fully fit for their injury, mate. So it's just about getting these two players minutes under their belt, and if they get 90 under their belt tonight, it'll be perfect for getting into the Old Firm game, mate, because we know it's how quick the Old Firm game can be, mate, and the rustle and bustle of that. So, but listen, that is what it is, mate, and we'll see how it goes, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Getting the midfield, mate. Ryan Jack and John Lundstrom midfield. Is that the midfield that's needed for tonight's game?
Well, one thing we do know, mate, is Motherwell's got to put themselves about, eh? That's what they do. Any time they play the Rangers, they like to mix it with us. So We've got two players there, and Johnny Lundstram and Ryan Jack, mate, that they can put themselves about too. So I've not got any qualms with that, mate. But it looks as if it's a 4-2-3-1 set up again, doesn't it?
Yeah. Aye, that's what I would pick.
Aye, with Lundstram and Jack. It maybe change, mate. Maybe even go a 4-3-3. You never know, eh? You could maybe go. I don't know. You could take the 4-3-3 or even a 4-1-4-1. You know what I mean? It maybe go that way. You never know, eh? But I'm sure we'll see when the game kicks off how he's got to set his stall out.
Yeah. I think we should start opening the lines up, mate. Yeah, we get the punters in and let's hear their thoughts on the team tonight, mate.
Aye, why no, mate? Get the Bears on and we'll see what we can. We'll rustle out the Teddy Bears tonight, mate.
Aye, so let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
And can you give us a team, Billy?
Sorry, mate. Yep. It's McGregor in goal, Tavernier, Golson, Davis, Borna, Johnny Lundstram, Ryan Jack, Lowry, Tillman, Kent and Morelos.
And the subs are?
Our subs are McLaughlin, Matondo, Camara, Fashion Junior, Wright, Arfield, King, Devine, and Sands.
Superb, mate, superb. I was, Ryan Jack, obviously well documented injuries, mate. Probably not looked as fit as he has been, in recent times. But I think Ryan Jack, for me, mate, has been, since he came back for this injury, certainly has looked stronger, looked fitter. And I think at times he really does dictate the tempo in Rangers midfield, in my opinion, mate. I was checking out his passing accuracy today. He's got a passing accuracy at 89%, complete passes. So I think, he can be trusted to, hold on to the ball, retain the ball, and be very solid in the midfield alongside John Lundstram, mate. So do you think Jack will sit and Lundstram will go? And what's your thoughts on Jack since he come back?
Listen, we all love the bones out of Ryan Jack, mate. It's the problem with the wee man is it's trying to keep him fit and healthy on the park, mate. You know what I mean? And he's not had the greatest luck throughout his career with injuries, mate. And unfortunately, he's been out for a number of months and whatnot with injuries when he's been playing with us. But since he's came back, mate, he's certainly looked like the Ryan Jack of old. And that was a cracking start. Like you just pushed up there, regarding his passes success rate. So that's one to be to look on type thing, mate. As for Johnny Lundstram, mate, I know Johnny Lundstram was playing under a pain barrier as well. Obviously, the gaffer told us he had to take I think it was a cortisone injection or something like that when he was playing when he came on against Aberdeen, mate. So, but I think it'll actually be the other way about. I think Lundstram will sit, mate, and let Ryan Jack push on. I prefer Ryan Jack going forward now. I do Lundstram, to be perfectly honest with you, mate.
That's a fair point. I'm going to bring in a man who's a big fan of Ryan Jack. Is our Andy for Leeds. How you doing, Andy? Is he in?
Oh, no there?
Not yet. Not ready yet. He's meant all shy on us. It's not like Andy to be shy, is it, Billy?
No, listen, he's here that, he's maybe drunk.
Running back for the because he's crazy bets.
Aye, he's obviously been on a betting app there, mate, and he's pressed the wrong button. He's maybe cashed out Rangers Radio.
Right, you're buying us.
Yeah, Andrew. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I've cashed out of nothing. I had a few bottles, right enough, but I don't cash out of nothing. Evening, guys.
All right, mate.
No bad. Wait, team don't look bad. I get why he's dropped. Devine, because obviously he's a natural left back. But for me, that don't show what he should have done. He should have moved Devine over to right back because he's played well. Took Tavernier out because he's not been playing well, and gave him a kick up the backside before the Old Firm game. That's what he should have done, and that would have showed some kind of authority for him, in my opinion, as well, showing that he's going to do for the good of the team and not just bring the guy back in. We've also got a guy that said he's mentally exhausted for playing one game. That kind of worries me, but I see why he's done it. But the midfield, Jack and the Scouts guy give what they give at a certain part of last season. We've got no worries there. And I think it's fantastic that Lowry's getting a start. There's my wee take, so on you go.
You have a lot of people have been asking for Lowry. I'm going to get to that, Andy. A lot of people have been asking for Lowry to be given a start. It's been on the show. I've seen it on social media. I've heard my friends asking why wee man's not getting a game, especially in the form of some of the other players such as Matondo, etc. I noticed last week a lot of people, especially after the last game when Matondo missed a sitter, etc. And people were saying, how can Lowry not get in this team? I'll take it on yourself, and I think we'll be joined by Blue Star. Bring him a wee minute. Lowry, Billy, is this his time to shine, and does he deserve to be in the first team?
Oh, absolutely, mate. We all know that the wee laddie Lowry brings to the team, mate. He's a ball player and he's an entertainer, isn't he? He likes to get on the ball, mate, and he likes to go and take players on, mate, and get the punters off their seat, mate. It's fantastic he's getting his chance tonight, mate. And I'll go one further than that, mate. I think that starting 11 tonight, mate. I don't think that'll be far off what will start next week, to be perfectly honest with you. But I was talking to Andy there. Well, Andy was talking about what was it? Tavernier, mate. I don't know. I'll maybe going down all ground here, but I keep talking about a 4-4-2. I like the 4-4-2 system. I like to see Devine playing it right back with Tavernier pushed up one, just to see what that could bring to the table, mate. Because I always remember when Fernando Rickson, God bless his soul, got pushed into the midfield. We got the best out of Fernando, and if you've got young Devine there sitting and doing the defensive duties, and that, let Tavernier get up and down and be more constructive in front of us. Plus, he's going to be a goal threat.
I get that, mate. I get that, but I've got a theory on that, and it's as simple as you're pushed one forward, mate, then the left back's marking you, so you're tight against the left back, and I just don't know if Tav gets the same space, etc. And same, because you get what I mean. He's been up, he's right up against the left back. He's not going to get the same space to whip in the balls, etc. And has he got a trick to go by players? And I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll reserve judgment on that. Andy?
Yeah, I just think that it's kind of harsh on the guy. In my opinion, 2 man of the matches there. We could have put him across. Tabernier's got given nothing to the team at the moment, and he needs a kick up the backside. I don't care. I mean, really, I'm going to ask this question that nobody's asked. Is he really the captain when Golston's in the team anyway? Or is he doing the captain's duty in the team when Golston's in the team? There's a question for you.
That's a cracking question, mate. Listen, captains of football teams, mate, you get different types of captain, mate. You get the captains that roar and shout all the time and talk, and then you get the quiet ones. I think Tavernier's more of the latter side of it there, the quieter captain, mate. But I'll tell you, mate, I'm wanting for the Rangers, mate. I want 11 captains on the park, not just a captain, James Tavernier and a Connor Golston vice captain. I want 11 captains in the park, because all the good Rangers sides throughout the years, that's what we've had. You know what I mean? We've had captains all right through the full team. Obviously, there's only one carries the armband type thing, mate. But that's a cracking point. So it is, Mucker.
Yeah. I'm going to bring in Blue Star, boys. How you doing, Blue Star?
Evening, guys. Simple answer to that one, guys. He's only shown much authority there. If the truth be told, none of the two of them are captains. That's fact. The captain and vice captain in Uwe are very, very, very one of the worst squads we've ever had. For some of our board team members to come out and say it's the best squad they've ever had, they're in dreamland. And any fan out there that believes it is, they're in dreamland. I'm going to say this, guys. He's threw all his eggs into one basket tonight. That's his team that he wants to start against that other mob on Monday. He's thrown all his eggs in one basket by flinging Lowry in when he wouldn't attempt to bring the boy in other games that he should have done. And Andy's right. He showed a complete lack of authority by no dropping Tav. That's fact, guys, because he's been ranked absolute rotten. And for that matter, so was Barisic. So he's in a catch-22. He's got to start with his captain and his vice-captain. And we all knew that he was dropping Devine. He was bringing in Barisic. But for me, the plus point is playing Jack, Lundstram and Lowry in midfield, because make no mistake about it, that's his strongest midfield out his whole squad. The only point I'm no happy with, as I say, he's no option. Morella shouldn't be in that shirt, but that's another story, because if Kovac is still injured, that's his team for Monday night. So let's hope that midfield can run this game tonight and play the way that we think they know they can, because he can't veer for that for Monday. He hasn't got the players.
I think a lot of people thought Čolak was going to be back tonight. That was certainly the words that we were hearing, that Čolak and Roof were fit, but they've not made the bench tonight, Blue Star, so I think Morelos has to start. In regards to Tav over Devine, I get where he's coming from, but I think he's trying to keep a bit of continuity, in my opinion, in the back four. He's got his left back. He's got Davis alongside him, who brings balance to that left side of your defence. And obviously your vice-captain and your captain. If you don't like Golson and Tav, Blue Star, who would you have as a captain? Wee question, mate.
He has to go a captain in his ranks. The nearest you've got is Jack or Lundstram, and they've not got the legs in him. You need somebody that goes out there and shows real authority. We've not got that. That squad's poor. As I say, I think the guy knows that now. He knows that most of these guys are going to have to get shipped out, but he's got to go with what he's got now. But everything hinges on the night on Monday. Anything doesn't. If we don't get the 3 points on Monday, guys, the league's over. He's got to concentrate in 2 cups. So he's pushing the boat out in the night by playing what he thinks is his strongest side. And here's hoping, onwards and upwards, that it does work. We want our team to win, but no, that squad needs renewed. Definitely, guys.
Andy, in regards to the squad, is that our strongest team, would you say?
He's on paper at the moment, definitely. I certainly agree with Blue there again. I think that's the way. If he can get these come through tonight with a good result, unscathed injury-wise, that will be as near as damn it to the Old Firm game, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what you guys think on that one.
I said that before Blue Star come on, mate. So I agree with Blue Star there regarding that'll be as close as possible. The starting 11 against the Celtic game, mate, definitely. But listen, we can only, rightly so again, Blue Star, you're right, but we can only go with what we've got, mate. My main concern is, buddy, but I don't know what you think yourself is, Kovac no even in the pool tonight. Does that say that he's still struggling for that injury, mate, or is it just
you would say it's real worrying. You'd say it was real worrying, wouldn't you? Is he hanging back thinking he doesn't want to risk him? I can't see that, guy. Surely if he was going to give him any part in the Old Firm game, he would have had him at least on the bench tonight. You would have thought so. You know what I mean? Yeah. But is he maybe going on the fact that give him a complete rest, knowing that he's been playing this season and that he can fling him on, I don't know, the last half hour or whatever against him? I really don't know. It's worrying. Because if it's only Morelos we've got that's fit as a striker, guys, we're going down the same line as we did the whole of last season. We should not be in this situation where we've only... In fact, let's be truthful. Even Alfie's not 100% fit. We know he's not. Manager's already come out and said that he badly needs an operation. So, again, we're playing with guys that are not fit. It's absolutely... I've never known anything like it. Tav needs an operation. Kamara needs an operation. And the one fit striker that we've, half fit striker we've got, he's telling us straight, Morelos needs an operation. So we're not even playing with a full 11 that's fit. Guys, we shouldn't be in this situation at all. This man needs reinvestment. Investment pronto, as soon as, because even he's come out and he's told the fans, us as fans, he's playing with players that can't be fit because they need operations. Glasgow Rangers Football Club shouldn't be in this situation at all. They have to give the guy funds and they've got to help him.
I think it's unprecedented, Blue Star. I do agree to a certain extent, but I think you have to see yourself, I'm sure you'll all agree with me. I don't remember an injury, an injury season like this in a long, long time at Rangers. The amount of, first team players that have been out, first choice. I mean, starting 11, we've got a lot of guys out with, long-term injuries. Hadji, Yilmaz, who just come into the club. Goldson was out. Morelos was out. We're top performers over the seasons. I just don't think you can legislate for, I don't think they're bad players. What I think is, these players have to show what they showed before, in a sense of, we know what this squad's capable of. We've seen this squad win a league. We know they can do it, but it's just how they get themselves back to that same level of fitness, same level of composure, and be that team again. Billy?
Aye, mate. Listen, that's the way it is, buddy. If we can get the players fit, then it gives the manager a chance to try and work with a full squad of players, doesn't it? And his horns are no tied. I mean, for all the thoughts that Giovanni Van Bronckhorst had, sorry, he was still playing with a team with one hand tied behind his back. Even though we could argue the point regarding systems and differentness and the tempo of the game and this, that, and the next thing. But the bottom line here was he didn't have a fully fit pool of fit players available at his disposal. Sorry. And we played again disposal again, mate. Sorry. And I mean, we only played, I think, the same starting 11 twice. Now, back to Blue Star's point. If I've not got fit players, mate, there's something definitely no right. Was it in the training? Was it something to do with the medical scenario at Rangers? Was it down to the recruitment? I don't know, mate. But you're right. There was certainly something no right somewhere. Because the injury list that we've had, as Port said earlier on, mate, I can't recall the last time it was as bad as that. See regarding a striker, Blue Star, is there anybody out there that you would like to see playing with Rangers come in? Obviously, we need to, what do you call it? No throw, obviously no get the money to go and spend XYZ amount of money in the top strikers in Europe, but is there any players that you've seen maybe playing in the Championship in England or in the SPL in Scotland that you would think would come and do a job for Rangers?
There's the guy, I know a few fellow Rangers pundits, is Ashgard or something. I think he's Norwegian. I don't think he would cost any money, and I think he's playing with Wigan now. Right. He's been banging in the goals. Scots guys, I'd love to see a Scotsman coming in. Again, you wouldn't be paying top dollar. But Beals obviously knows the English market. Guys, look, there must be players there that he can be picking up maybe for a couple of £100,000 here and there. Our league's nowhere near the strongest. We all know that. We have to get back to basics. Winning our own league is a priority. We don't win that game on Monday, the league's gone. Make no mistake about it. The league's gone. The league's gone now for me, because that team, despite what Port keeps saying, we know what this squad's capable of doing. Port, that's in the past. Since they won anything, they've had a total backward turn. Yes, they've had injuries, but even the players that haven't had injuries have been completely and utterly off form. So no, I have no faith in this squad, none whatsoever. And I don't think our manager has either. but he has to go with it now because he has to wait until he can get reinforcements in, and that's the dilemma that we're in, guys. But onwards and upwards, we've got to look for the positives. That's as strong a side as he can put out. And here's hoping. Kovac, you've still got another 4 days, guys, between this game and Monday. So pray upon all prayers that Kovac and even Ruth, if he can even get anything out of the 2 guys for Monday, then that can only be good for us.
It'd be massive, mate. It'd be massive. Going to callers for another time. Billy, can you use the team again, mate?
Aye.
Before asking my callers.
No, no bother, mate. It's McGregor in goals. Tavernier, Golson, Davis, Bornat, Lundstrom, Jack, Lowry, Tillman, Kent, and Morelos. And the subs are McLaughlin, Matondo, Camara, Sands, Fashion Jr., Arfield, King, Devine, and Wright.
And let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Look, like Blue Star touched on, we have to back this squad up until January. January the 1st is the first time Michael Beale can dip his toe into the transfer market. And I agree with you to a certain extent, Blue Star, that I think this team needs an injection, a midfielder, maybe a forward player, a right-sided player on that forward front three. A goalkeeper for me is an important thing we need to look at. Maybe not that, this January immediately, maybe the summertime. But I think that's something Rangers need to look at. But listen, this team under Michael Beale so far has got 100% record. And I think we have to back this team so far that, in my opinion, we've seen a vast improvement already. I think I can see an improvement in the tempo. I can see an improvement in the players' will to win attitude, which, I've criticised this team at times on here for lack of attitude. But under Michael Beale, the attitude seems to be back. They've showed that against, as you've seen, at Aberdeen in the last game as well. They showed that, that fight back, which was great to see. It showed character. So I think we've got to back Michael Beale's 100% record and keep that going, and hope this is the start of a run, that we'll see us to a championship and a few cups. Andy for Leeds?
Well, I wouldn't say we've improved slightly. We're winning games. I wouldn't say there's that much difference in the way we're playing. We've got there, got the 9 points. Can't complain about that. On the injuries, right? I would say that they've not been trained properly at the start. Could be one of the problems. I don't think they were trained right properly in pre-season, and it's shown. When the guys decide they want to put a challenge on, and then suddenly they're missing. Kolak, as Shug said to me a couple of weeks ago there, he says it'll not be in his plans with the way Bale plays. It's looking that way if he can't get on the bench, or if he's got a slight niggle, right? Well, why are you not sitting him on the bench because he's sitting players that are injured, that he's saying I've got to have operations? I don't understand that with Kolak. If we hadn't had him at the start of the season, we wouldn't be sitting second. The player I would plump first at the minute is Shankland. Scored a hat-trick against them and scores goals. That's where I would be looking.
Yeah. Billy, Michael Beale, 100% record so far.
Well, listen, it's all there for you see. I mean, what we did say is, we're all great at picking faults and things, so we are, and it doesn't matter if we're winning or losing, mate. Us as Rangers supporters or fans or whatever you want to call each is, we're good at picking faults. And listen, it happens, mate, because we just want the best for our football club. We want to see our team winning every week. We want to see our team winning with style. But what we need to remember is, mate, we can't hate base-wise at times. You know what I mean? Sometimes you've got to win ugly. And listen, Michael Beale has came to the club. He's knew what he's had to go with. He's obviously spoken about things between him and obviously Ross Wilson or the rest of his team who he wants to bring in January. If they've had a look at certain individuals that they think would come in and strengthen the team, because he said in his press conference on numerous occasions, mate, that they're always looking to strengthen the team no matter what position it is. So if that's the case, then you've got to go with his word, mate. But he's hit the ground running, mate, and he's got a 100% record. And long may it continue. Maybe it's just no up to speed yet, and what he's, because he'll have to impose a style of football on the team as well, mate. You know what I mean? We need to remember that as well, Port, and he'll need to, once that starts to happen, and then he gets the players back fit and healthy again, and gets them ticking over. And then hopefully he brings in who he wants to bring in to strengthen any positions that he thinks we're weak in January. Then we can really go and kick on, mate. But I've got to sorry, Blue Star. I'm disagreeing with you on the league being over, mate, because until it's mathematically impossible to catch him, mate, I'm not giving up on nothing, mate. No surrender's my cry with the Rangers as far as I'm concerned. I know you could say, well, you've got to face reality. Well, reality is we can still catch them as well, buddy. So I'm not giving up the ghost on that, not by any means, mate. And if we can keep on their coattails, buddy, right to this all firm game and take the points off them at Ibrox, mate, it's 26, and it's certainly not over, mate. Far from it. Take the points off them at Ibrox, it's 26, and it's certainly...
Something that's showing in the background, is that Jim? Sorry?
Hi, is that Port Bear?
How are we doing, Jim? Yes, it certainly is, mate. How are you?
Pretty good, mate. And a Merry Christmas to you and your family up in Port there.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. What did you make of the team tonight, Jim? And what's your thoughts on the game?
I'm really, really pleased that at long last, young Lowry's getting a game. I just feel that it's been so long waiting for that boy to be back on the pitch again for the first team. He's such a great player, and I'm looking to him tonight for creating a good result for us, you know. And I'm just hoping that no injuries occur for him, and he plays the way I think that he can play, because I think he's a tremendous prospect and somebody that needs to be cultured, and he needs the minutes. But unfortunate that Devine isn't playing, because I think Tavernier could have had a night off, and we could have Devine playing on that side, you know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Indeed, Jim, indeed. I'll take that to Andy. I think Andy was championing for the young Devine to possibly start in front of Tav tonight, and I know he's really happy that Lowry's starting. Andy?
Yeah, definitely. I think Lowry, we all hope he comes on and has a good game, but say he don't get a good game tonight, I hope we don't start jumping all top with him like we usually do and all that. You know, the guy's got to have time to come into the team, blend into these players. And he will come through for us. I think I'm really looking forward to him, and I really am. I think he could be the one that, you know, creates them chances for us to score goals, because he's clever. He finds spaces that the so-called team that we've got now don't. You know, so let's just hope it gets going, gets the team ticking, get that early goal, and let's see where we go. And Devine, yeah, I would have definitely stick him in at right back. It just gives it. All that does really, it gives Tavernier, because he can't go anywhere with what he's got available to him. It would just give him a little kick, wouldn't it? Wait a minute. My manager just said that I've got him breathing down my neck, and then all of a sudden on the team sheet, Devine's in. Something stupid like that can wake a player up, if you get what I'm saying. There's a great opportunity to do that there tonight, but he didn't, and he stuck with his captain, which in the norm would happen, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
And I'm not a manager. I'm just a punter that comes on. But like Billy says, nobody takes any joy out of mumping the gums about how we're playing. The players have put us in that position. All we're doing is saying what's in front of you just for now. Look, 2 or 3 months down the line, if we suddenly turn it round, start winning games. You know, guys coming on and saying, that was brilliant, that. How would they left it that long? Look at the way they're playing now. It's just what it is. We're only critiquing up to now is where we are, and we are at the Motherwell game, and we're 9 points behind. We've got to start making inroads into it. That's what we've got to do.
Yep, and you know, other teams have shown in the past, Andy, probably as well, that it can be turned round. If you look at a couple of the seasons that we had, and you know, we were 4 points ahead, at one point, and they turned that around. I know it's only 4 points, but like if we win this game and the next game, we're suddenly only 6 points, and the pressure goes back on. I'm like Billy. I'll never give it up until it's mathematically impossible. And I do have belief in this squad. I really have belief in this squad. I know they've not been 100%. The game's been murder to watch. I get that, and I know it's been frustrating for fans. But unfortunately, I think we'll have to just back this team, put the shoulder at the wheel, back this team 100%, and onwards and upwards. I think it's time to finish up, boys. Final words from yourself, Billy, Andy, and Jim.
Aye. Well, listen, mate, I'm just looking forward to a Rangers victory tonight, and I'll give a wee score prediction, mate. Just a wee quick one. I'll go.
Yeah, on you go.
I'll go 3-0 to Rangers.
Andy for Leeds.
Aye, same as I'm going to go for. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to go for 4-1.
Yes,
only because I've got it on my bet,
Jimpy, sorry, good to hear you, pal.
Yeah, and you. I'm not as confident, and I'm going for a 3-1 victory for us.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Well, I just thank Billy, Andy for Leeds, Jim from Surrey, for taking part of the first half of the show. We will return 15 minutes after the final whistle for a pre-match show, joined by myself and Billy, and we'll critique the game. And good luck, Rangers. I'm going for 3-1. Good night.